your favorite rapper name on the headstone. Too late, you already did it. Right now I'm on the edge, so don't push me. Troublesome to 96. You were shook when reason or the ledge. I'm your, what's that? I smell. Let me count my 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, run. Hi, my name is Dirk Cobain. Like a, here I go to the next episode. Ain't no damn this explosive Beast Coast. Yeah. The mother ride or die for my strictly for my survival of the fittest. That's the sound of the police. I'm in deep cover earth, skirt, lean back. Give me one more chance. They say Jesus walks and the devil wear Prada, but I'm so deaf. God can't tell me nothing. Right this on my death certificate. I gave you power. 21 questions like who? They're warning. Watch them flashing like.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Oakland Raiders. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now we're first carry for Melvin Gordon. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, I'm going to go load it.
On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. From the gun, Rivers. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They stopped him. The marker thought they were bringing up 4th down, and then that penalty.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. A first down throw here for Rivers. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 more yards there and another first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Second down, Rivers. And this is complete. It's Allen. Touchdown, L.A. Keenan Allen, 37 yards. And the Chargers have taken a first-quarter lead. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Here's Khalif Raymond to return. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. DeAndre Washington, his first carry. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Carr. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A Raiders first down. Carr hooking up with Cook. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
637. Low, low, low.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Down. 180.
To throw again. Carr. Trying for Cooper again. This time he finds it. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that, but you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
Finds Roberts left side. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Carr on the give. It's Washington. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Express. 618. 1, later 1.
Now on first down, it's Washington again. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, Washington. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it third down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss.
Down. 180.
Throwing his Carr on third down. And that is incomplete.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. From the left hash, this from 46. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
But when it all comes together and you get the field goal block that's been designed, that's been drawn up, everyone has to feel good about on that side of the ball. How about that one there? To the left side, knew what they had. That's where they wanted to be, and they got their designated guy turned free.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. So now a chance for points in the opposite direction after the blocked field goal. fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. He's going to fire one deep. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And he'll get this one out to the 50 to the midfield stripe.
Well, this wind is definitely going to be a factor as this game goes along. He's throwing straight into it here in the first quarter, and the ball fluttered on him a little bit. He'll definitely have to file that one away and make a mental note of it.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Carr gives it off to Washington. And good penetration here. He'll get this down only to about the 49-yard line. It's Melvin Ingram on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Carr to throw on 2nd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Carr going to throw. And he finds Cook. Breaks the tackle now with Allen. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. To throw his Carr. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Second and goal from the 1. And Carr's going to keep it himself. And he is not going to get in as the big bodies stop him at the 1. Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down.
Express.
And they let their fullback try and push the pile. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. No gain on the play. And what to do now on 4th and goal. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. He had his lone attempt blocked earlier. The kick by Pinheiro is good. And they are on the board, trailing now 6-3. So this time the protection holds up for him just fine, and he's able to bang it through.
I think their special teams coach got the point across. He gave him a pretty good earful after the block earlier. And this time, there's no penetration, so they're able to pick up 3.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Now a hit, and Rivers lost the football. But a Chargers player was able to fall on it, and they'll keep possession.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that one was nearly picked. Not sure he was accounting for the free safety. That brings up 3rd down.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly,
that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here you go, man.
3rd and long for Rivers. Gets it to Benjamin. It's caught. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A really good pickup of 28 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Rivers on 1st down. And that's complete to the tight end, Hireman. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now they'll pitch it out. This is Gordon. And 3 yards there takes him to the 45.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Let's go.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working out of the gun, Rivers. And it's complete. Henry. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Oakland after this. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 38. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Rivers. And he rifles one incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry. And now it's 3rd down.
Hank's almost going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That would be the 2nd person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, 2nd drive, not much better. The Chargers on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Keep it skinny. Let's go.
From the gun, Rivers. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 24 yards. A nice little completion there by Phillip Rivers. And you and I were reading the article yesterday, 5th grade. Rivers had to do a project where he had to make a poster about his dreams and aspirations. So he clipped out a football player from a magazine article and pasted his face on the helmet. That's what he wanted to be, and it turned out okay.
Not so bad at all. Remember, he's the son of a coach. And on that play, I think he made the old coach proud with that completion.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That's it, baby. Hey, hey, hey.
Rivers now on 2nd down. He completes it to Henry, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. And now before this 1st down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Rivers now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Rivers going underneath for Gordon. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Play fake. Rivers. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? To the air again here, Rivers. And it's caught. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2.
Ready, 380.
Rivers again. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Hunter Henry in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Point after now from Sturgis. This time, the extra point up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final 10 seconds of the half as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Washington. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Go. Get set. Purdue. Low. 694. 808. 57. Mike, 57.
The final shot here before half for Carr. Eluding the pressure right. And some space here. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll send you eastward to Orlando. Standing by with that EA Sports halftime report now is Jonathan Coachman. Take it away, Coach. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Carr now to throw. And this is Cook with a grab. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
First, here's Washington. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
All right, get set, fellas.
Now Carr throwing on second down. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Carr. That's caught inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And Hallen Sink was the quarterback in his center on that play. They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one now for a really good strike.
A handoff to Washington. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. From the gun, it's Carr. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Melvin Ingram able to drop him for a loss of 4. The Raiders on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Carr. The quick slant caught. He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. On first and goal, Washington. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. DeAndre Washington taking it in from a yard out. And the Raiders have cut it back to within a score. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead down to 3 at 13-10. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Now a second down throw for Rivers. Benjamin's got it. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Chargers on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, Rivers. It's complete right side to Benjamin. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. Rivers to Benjamin, good for the Charger first down. Rivers now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. A first down throw here for Rivers. Finds the open man. It's Mike Williams. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Four yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll throw again. Rivers going deep for Benjamin. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. To throw is Rivers. And he's got his man. It's Henry for a Chargers touchdown. Phillip Rivers with his 3rd touchdown pass of the game. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. Sturgis adds the PAT, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
Hey, now! You waiting? Where's it?
Shotgun now for Carr. Finds Roberts left side. And down he'll go at the 25. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Carr going to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Roberts. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram in there to get him for his second sack of the night. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Get down, get down. 185. 637.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and try to figure out which play to run. And just lost track, and it cost him.
29. 29. 93. 93.
On second down, here's Carr. Letting one go deep for Roberts. And he fires one that's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
And on the ground they go with the running back. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Roberts. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And this one is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Carl try it again on 2nd down. Looking for Cooper, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Cooper was the target there.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. That's going to be their second. They'll be left with 1 more plus the 2-minute warning. And we'll be back. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now here's a whistle and a timeout. It's called by the receiving team here. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And now Oakland ready to take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. In his own end zone, it's Carr. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They'll throw again from their own end zone. Roberts got it. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is going to get the 1st down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now on 1st down. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And this is recovered by the Chargers.
Well, that drive wasn't a case of wanting to put points on the board. It was needing having to, and they didn't get it done.
Yeah, didn't get it done, and now you look at the situation and the point differential, 2 scores, pretty much game, set, match.
How about the takeaway, though, huh? How about those defensive guys?
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And we'll see if the defense wants to stop it as they take the knee. One man in the backfield, that's Gordon, 2nd and goal. Victory formation, time for the Chargers. They take a knee. They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in week 1. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for our visitors, it'll be a happy trip home as they start the season with a road victory here on a Monday night. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaud. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.